What free software is so good you can't believe it's available for free? OBS. Open broadcasting software. Free. Open source. Really good recording software for your computer. Close bracket. Surprised search. Everything is not here. Instant file search. Change the way I used computers. To come to mind. pfSense and FreeNAS. Both are asterisk HEAVILY asterisk used at my house. pfSense is a free open source firewall and router that is feature complete to the level of competing with almost all SMB, small and medium business, commercial firewalls. It is also extremely reliable. FreeNAS is a software network attached storage operating system. It quickly transforms any spare old computer with a few drives and a network interface to a centralized file server with support for almost everything under the sun, from Apple Time machine backups to enterprise ISCSI setups that allow diskless booting of machines on the local network. As a digital painter, Critter is probably the best art software you're going to get for free, as long as you add the brush packs. Some of the stuff I've managed to whip up / the amount of adapting you can do to the main window is insane. Edit. I didn't think a comment like this would get gold. Thank you so much guys. Zotero. For those of you who do academic writing, this reference manager is 100x better and 1000x freer than EndNote. Stud.io is a wonderful Lego modeling program. It's great for recapturing that feeling of building with bricks, and you don't have to worry about running out of a certain color or stepping on a 1x1 piece. Apparently it also has an option to work on a project with your friends, but I haven't tried it out. Blender. For as much shit as the software gets, it is a workhorse for those of us willing to put in the time to learn it. It does tons of stuff from modeling, to animation, to video compositing. It regularly gets updates and the tech behind it is only getting better. Could it be better? Sure, absolutely. But for something that is free, it's amazing. Windowstat is great for making pretty tile pictures of what's on your hard drive and finding the porn folders you'd forgotten about that are taking up a ton of space. Handbrake. Free. Very powerful video converter. Draw.io web-based online diagram software. Desmos.com. It's an online graphing calculator and it's so much better than Jetty 84 I had to spend $120 on. It graphs all kinds of equations. For example, you don't have to isolate y, you can graph complete inverse, and constant placer holders exist too. Edit. Fixed link. It's desmos.com, not org. VLC has played every video file in every format I've given it with no problems. Also, all the video game emulators. It's amazing how you can have a fully working console on your computer with almost any game from that console for free. It's a statistics software. Has a ton of add-ons that you can download for free and you have to learn it, but it will do anything once you do. Openscad. Create 3D models with a scripting language. If you have a 3D printer and you want to print some exotic shapes, or if you're creating parts that might need a parameter tweak here and there each run, it's fantastic. LaTeX. I just started learning it a few weeks ago, and I've already switched over to it for doing all my assignments. The documents are just so much more beautiful and well formatted than Docs or Word, and it handles equations and math much better than either, which is good for me, since I'm in engineering, so lots of math. I'd highly encourage anyone who's studying math/science/engineering to learn and start using LaTeX. DraftSite. Full CAD software available for free. Functionality and commands work almost exactly like AutoCAD. Audacity. Audio editing software. iFanView. Great for basic editing of images. This is my default image viewer. And then there's ones a lot of people know about like VLC, Winamp, Inkburn, WinRAR, Z7, CPUID and BleachBit. Edit. Oof, my inbox this morning. OBS Studio. Space Engine is free for now. I'd say a program that simulates the known universe and beyond for free on your computer is a good deal. KeePass. I have been using that as my password manager since 2008. It's updated regularly, has two versions, one, net and the other not, is entirely portable on Windows at least, and works on a few OSes besides Windows. It has plugins if you need any functionality the base version doesn't have. It's changed the way I store passwords, addresses, URLs for everything. There's a learning curve, but I have fallen in love with never having to remember a password. Calibre helps me manage my ebooks easily. Recover. It restores deleted files as long as the memory hasn't been wrote over. Some days ago, I was going through clips I recorded on my camera and by accident erased the clip I needed. Scanned the SD card on Recover, bam, got it back from video hell. Thanks Recover for forgiving my carelessness. Work on HDD2. Check out Audio Router. Great little piece of freeware that lets me route sounds through different sets of speakers, so I can watch a stream on my TV and play a game on my main monitor. Edit. I'm glad I helped so many people out. You have to reload the page after you route the sound. Except for YouTube, it routes without interruption. I found it when I was looking for 2 desktop and 1 computer programs. I started with Volume as one Redditor suggested, but I had issues with it. Here's a direct link. Thanks/u/dome731. Paint.net. Like Adobe Photoshop bent manuscript paint over a table and made a love child. I used to be heavy into graphic design using Photoshop, but that junk got too expensive to keep up with. Tried GIMP for years but it allies felt too clumsy. Paint.net hits the sweet spot. Linux, Apache, Postgres, GCC. This thread shows it's a consumer's world. Notepad++ changed the way I text edit. Plex for movies. Freaking ridiculous that it is free. Automatically downloads all the metadata for a movie, like thumbnail, hell even has Rotten Tomato scores on it. Has voice API, so you can actually search by voice. Remembers and marks episodes or movies as watched. Brings up new movies that you recently added to your library to the forefront. Wikipedia. It's actually free in all senses of the word. If you want to nitpick that it's a website and not a software, well it's a software too. You can download the Wikimedia software, set it up with no hassle, download all of Wikipedia and set it up in your instance of Wikimedia. So now you have your very own Wikipedia, with blackjack and hookers if you want. Inkscape. Who needs Adobe Illustrator? Inkscape is powerful and its interface is wonderfully intuitive. Fusion 360. Full parametric third CAD with toolpath controls for CNC and a slicer for third printing or prototyping, and load stress calculation. I could go on. Disk fan. Visually see how much space is being used on a volume. Beyond compare. Compare 2 files/directories, whole trees and directories. It's trial, but exactly what I've needed so often. Server/viewer. It's quite old. It's probably got better replacements available. It's a security hazard if not used properly, but it's utterly changed the way remote support gets done and is available Win/Linux. Ubuntu. An entire OS, Linux generally but Ubuntu Springs to mind immediately is an amazingly easy to install and insanely useful. VLC needs more love than WinRAR. Wireshark. Prat is quite a cool program for people who want to analyze speech or perhaps other sounds. I've used it for phonetics, and I still use it regularly. It's easy to use too. I doubt many people would care about this though. Edit. I didn't think this would actually be useful for a lot of people. I just thought it was used in the phonetic field. That's quite cool to hear. Thanks for the kind messages everyone. Lmms is a surprisingly versatile music studio. Not entirely comparable to FL, but it gets pretty close. Doom Sharer on 3.5 floppy disk. The window snipping tool literally changed my life, and it was there the whole time. Edit. Thanks for gold, kind stranger. DaVinci Resolve. Arduino. The platform can help you DIY basically anything. The software is free and open source. I know you mean free as in price, but here are some free, as in open source, software I love, that are also free of cost. Asterisk Darktable. Photo workflow Lightroom. Very powerful and there are a solid number of plugins for it to boot. Asterisk GIMP. F/OS image editor. A bit clunky at first but insanely powerful. Asterisk Critter. F/OS art programmer La Paint tool say or Coral Draw. I've used it a fair bit for cleaning comic scans. Asterisk LibreOffice. Office suite without the license fees. LibreOffice 6 is out now with some significant bug fixes and performance improvements. Asterisk MPD/Mopedy. F/OS music player daemon. It's a bit complicated at first glance, but a very capable music player when you have everything configured. I've set it up to stream to a nice cast output before for some internet radio fun. Asterisk 7-zip. You really have no excuse for not using 7z. It's great. Its FOSS love it.